So we're gradually getting to the middle of the month of August. This is your Frontier Opening Bell. Welcome everyone to the show. I am Bosun Amafai, and this is just a very quick rundown of the equities market space. Quite a whole lot to talk about. Commodity prices in different directions this morning to start. The new oil prices, which tanked yesterday, started moving up early Wednesday between the Brent and WTI, making some decent gains, roughly 0.75%. on average. But if you go through the stock markets, where we finished off on Tuesday, the market was down 0.5% in Nigeria, led largely by industrial and insurance, as well as oil and gas indices. The banking sector was a little bit tepid in the manner of speaking. Investors still trading very strongly. The banks on the market street offering shares to the market. We got news early Wednesday that Access Bank right offer to existing shareholders, that multi-billion offer is now being extended for at least another 1 week or two. So you can want to see that up. You've seen that extension also for Fidelity offer as well. GT Bank offer, public offer closed formally yesterday morning. We haven't seen any announcement as to whether the public offer will be extended by any days or so. So we'll just keep that in mind. We're also on the lookout for the first Capital Markets Committee meeting of Nigeria's SEC under the new leadership of Emomotimi Agama. That is expected tomorrow, Thursday. We expect the usual post-MPC briefing or CMC briefing on Friday. We're going to give that to you as well. Let's get out of Nigeria, get into the BRVM, which is headquartered in Abuja. That is down 0.4% on Tuesday. The Egyptian market, after 2-day rally, Sunday, Monday, bucked that trend when Tuesday, 1.61% in the red. Then you've got the Nairobi stock market down by 0.3%, while the GSE came back into positive territory by 0.49% after the initial knee-jerk reaction to the very brutal earnings for its full year reported by Sasol. Let's get that off the table and check in with the top headlines in East Africa. What do we have for you starting this Wednesday? Ethiopia is going through the rough patch of currency flotation and debt restructuring as we speak. The proposal that Ethiopia is putting on the table for international bondholders is not looking like some sort of good news. 20% is the haircut that Ethiopia is asking international bondholders or Euro bondholders to take. You remember a few months ago, Ghana went through the same hot water with international bondholders rejecting that deep haircut. Now, Ethiopia is walking through the same patch as Ghana was a few months ago, all in the back of the IMF deal, which has just been secured by Ethiopia under Prime Minister Abiy. The currency as well, the flotation of the Birr, we were seeing the currency down now, trading around 100 to the dollar against 57 to the dollar before the flotation came in last month. So it's a tough road to market freedom that Ethiopia is walking right now. Tanzania, let's move down south. Inflation exhibiting stability level around 3% under President Samia Suluhu, while MTN Uganda, of course, listed on the Uganda exchange, is looking at 147 billion shillings as interim gross dividend to shareholders, something being brought to the table, some sweetener. Let's get on to Rwanda and Eswatini in Southern Africa, signing a number of agreements around diplomatic relations between the two countries. Keep it up in the spirit of Africa's brotherhood. In West Africa, what do you have? Nigeria's inflation data is expected today, tomorrow by the Statistics Office. In the meantime, Maritime Securities Analyst says they're expecting Nigeria's headline inflation to taper slightly to around 33.49% from 34% in the month of June. We'll see the numbers when they are out. In the meantime, the Central Bank of Nigeria says it's starting the restarting or reintroducing the publishing of key economic periodical, like the PMI report, the Business Confidence Survey, as well as inflation data of its own. Remember, Olayemi Cardoso, the head of the central bank, says he's going to prioritize data to take monetary and other policy decisions at the central bank. And this looks like it's now ready to start rolling it out. Broadly speaking, the International Energy Agency says global oil demand will no longer peak this year, but there's going to be a pressure around supply into the market. The OPEC 2 million barrels off the street or off the floor is still there, but there is a continuing production in the US and a few other countries such as Ghana and all other oil coming through. So will the market remain oversupplied while demand flags in the US as well as in China and a few other countries? That's the big story. Let's get that out of the way and talk about the rest of West Africa. Gambia and Senegal are looking to trash out their transit trade routes between the two neighbors in West Africa, while the Ghana Central Bank is binging on gold. Total reserves now worth $5.07 billion US dollars. Just a few days ago, Ghana announced the flotation of an independent gold refinery that will take on about 400 kilograms of gold for refining every day. Is being sourced initially from artisanal and small-scale miners in South Africa, also in Ghana, and then this is expected to expand to other miners, big names as time goes on. But it's a new horizon. Ghana is putting its mouth where its gold is, and vice versa. In a manner of speaking, let's get on to Southern Africa, and I was just angling to go there. The chief financial officer of Sasol has been shown the door on the back of the 55.3 billion rand loss that the company is reporting for full year. So, well, the first casualty is here. The company's report is going to release its full year earnings later, but the write-downs is around $3 billion US dollars for the oil and chemical company listed on the GSE. South Africa's unemployment figures rising to 2-year high in the second quarter ended June. That's no good news for the new administration under the unity government of President Cyril Ramaphosa. Zimbabwe is looking to construct 250 megawatt solar plant, while Zambia has reopened its borders with DR Congo after their dispute over beer trade between the two countries. And they got something very also important to do, which is copper between the DR Congo and Zambia. But of course, dispute over beer across the, but just get a bearings right. Let's move on. Santa is looking at a stronger, higher profits in the first half of this year when the numbers are released. Those are your headlines, Southern Africa. Let's move it up to the north and checking a couple of headlines with Egypt. Launching Africa's first carbon market. That's some good news. While Egypt and Iraq stock exchanges are looking at protocols to boost investments between Egypt and North Africa and Iraq in the Middle East. Morocco's budget deficit is now around 33 or roughly 35 billion Moroccan dinars. That's at the end of July, by the way. That's the first half report for you. And while the country is leading Africa's growth in global services, and that's according to new reports. That's your headlines as we speak. We got a couple more for you. Nigeria is also getting ready for a roadshow for its first diaspora dollar-denominated $500 million bond, which is expected to bring in much-needed currency into the reserves of the country and help stabilize the value of the local currency and get more supply into the market. That's in the news. We'll get to your updates as we move on to the rest of the week. That's it for today, Wednesday, the 14th of August. I am boosting number 5. Have a good day, everyone.